How's it going, guys? And welcome back to BL3's Forgotten, the series where I take a look at underused and not often talked about pieces of gear to determine whether or not they deserve to be remembered within the modern meta of the game or should be left behind and forgotten. And today we are taking a look at the Polybius. If you'd like to farm the Polybius for yourself, you're going to want to fast travel over to Varash's Canopy over on Eden 6 and make your way towards and into the Family Jewel. From there, continue on through it until you reach the save station right in front of Genevieve's arena, jumping on in and killing Genevieve to potentially get yourself the Polybius. The Polybius is a legendary Tediore shotgun able to roll in any of the elements except for non-elemental, and can roll with two potential chucks being just the standard impact or the turret. The Polybius fires in a 4x4 grid, firing out a single row at a time. It'll complete the grid horizontally and then vertically, alternating between. The Polybius has received 3 changes, initially receiving a 130% base damage buff, before being hit by the overall Tediore nerf of 50% less reload explosion damage. It would then later receive a final buff of 18.5% weapon damage. Usually that's where I'd end off the overview here, but I do actually want to talk a little bit more about this gun just because I kind of find it interesting. Obviously this weapon is a reference to the Polybius square cipher, and using that cipher you can decode the red text of the Polybius to say Fandir. If you're a bit of a Borderlands veteran, you may recognize this name as it appears on both the red text of the striker gun in Borderlands 2, as well as when you receive the mysterious amulet in the Assault on Dragon Keep DLC, Mr. Miz says the secret lies in Fandir's grasp. Later on, with the release of Fight for Sanctuary, there was a crew challenge called Fandir Fiction, which was acquired by taking the mysterious amulet and feeding Butt Stallion in the back burner. Now, I don't really think any of this means anything, however, it is just cool to see this kind of name be called back to, even in Borderlands 3. Getting into talking about the actual gun itself, though, I love this thing, but oh my god, it fucking sucks. This was one of the first guns in BL3 that I ever saw because I saw it during the time of those Promethea playtest videos. Specifically, I think it was a Killer 6 video. He got one, used it, and immediately I was in love with the firing pattern. I just thought firing those cool energy orbs in that grid pattern was really neat, but then, you know, the game released, I got my hands on one and was completely disappointed. Now, being a Tediore, of course, we've got to talk about the chucks, and they're just fucking shit. No surprise really with the turret chuck, as turret chucks usually aren't that great. Those shots just simply did not do nearly enough damage for it to be worth your time. But even the impact was doing next to fucking nothing, and again, it's firing projectiles out as it spins through the air. Not that you're going to consistently be hitting them, but even if you were, they also are not doing any damage. You'd pretty much be chucking out your entire ammo reserves to kill anything even somewhat tanky. And while I can happily say that shooting this gun is a little bit better, unfortunately it's not nearly good enough to ever say that the Polybius is a good gun. It still has really shit damage, but on top of that, you're just reloading constantly. Even when it just barely looks viable, you're shredding through so much ammo that you're not gonna be able to use it in 20 fucking seconds. Despite only consuming 1 ammo per shot, this thing has a pretty high fire rate and a very low mag size. And that, on top of the low damage, means that it's gonna take at least 1 full mag to kill a very squishy enemy like a Ratch, and for any more generic enemy, it's gonna be taking like minimum 2, and don't even think about using this to kill a badass. It is crazy that after 2 separate damage buffs, one of which being triple digits, the Polybius is still this non-functional. I mean, it's not the worst weapon in BL3, but trust me, that's really not saying much. It is a hard standard to beat, but the fact that it's even still in the conversation of being that bad, after receiving 2 pretty damn good damage buffs, something here has gone wrong. Though I guess, to be fair, it felt pretty good on Athena, so if you really want to use the Polybius, take it over to Athena. Oh no, I'm out of ammo. Not even halfway through the fucking map. I don't know, man. I love this gun, but it just sucks. Maybe that's the intention. Maybe this gun is a fucking psyop just like the real Polybius game. The CIA is controlling my brain to make me unconditionally love this piece of shit weapon and do cocaine. Overall, though, this gun is just demoralizing. I love it. I've loved it since before the game even fucking released. It's such a cool gun. It has such a cool firing pattern. The projectiles look neat. It's even got a real cool skin on it. But unfortunately, none of that fixes the problem that this gun is borderline unusable. It has no damage, you're reloading constantly, and when you're using it to chuck, it still does nothing. The Polybius is just purely cosmetic. And to fix it, I don't even know, man. higher base damage, lower fire rate, give it splash. But that's gonna about do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, definitely consider leaving a like, comment, subscribe, all of that. I'll be live right after this video goes up, right here on YouTube, but also over on Twitch, where there will be a link to down in the description below, and just under that is a link to my Discord server where you can come and join and hang out. But with that all being said, I hope to see you guys in the next one.